So it really boils down to it's a very productive partnership. And when my wife and I purchased our short-term rental about 3 years ago, we interviewed probably 15 property management companies. We knew that we needed a property management company because we live several hundred miles away in order to be most successful and offer the kind of services that we wanted to our guests. And so of all the property management companies we met with and spoke with, it was pretty obvious that Blue Swell offered the types of things that we were looking for. And like I said, the most important is a good partnership, good communication, working together to offer the guests the best experience possible and to take as good of care of our property as possible. Inevitably, no matter how hard everyone works to avoid issues, there are going to be issues. And so it's how you work through those issues in a in a partnership type of way, in a productive type of way, and there has to be some give and take. And both parties, both the owner, you need a good owner and a good property management company in order to have the best possible results. Well, I think a good owner is somebody that puts maybe extra effort in terms of making their property stand out from other properties, and also is recognizes that there's no perfection, and is willing to work with the property management company to resolve issues that are inevitably going to arise. So I think spends money on their property, reinvests in their property, and really keeps it up and keeps it nice, and really differentiates it from other properties on the market. Wow, there's been it's just been amazing customer service. I mean, I know that if I have an issue, and there's just so many examples over the last 3 years, but if I have an issue, and the one that pops in my mind is a couple of summers ago, we had our refrigerator just play out on a guest. And I hopped online and I called Dave and hopped online and found a refrigerator that during the pandemic just happened to be in stock at the local Lowe's. And literally within 3 hours, he had guys from Blue Swell go down, pick up the refrigerator, and it was in the condo. And so the guests had minimal inconvenience. And so just going above and beyond through some of these, trying times that again are going to inevitably occur. Who I could contact with questions or issues or things that needed to be done, and then also, obviously it's a concern over how well they're going to market my property. How are they going to differentiate it from others? I mean, I was in a community that the majority of the properties were managed by one property management company, and I felt like I wanted to differentiate our property and put it with a different company that may make it more of a boutique or make it stand out from the rest. And I felt like Blue Swell gave me that opportunity. Overall, it's been an excellent experience. I mean, personally, when I've come to the property, I can only think of one time in the last 3 years that I didn't feel like that the property had been cleaned appropriately, and made those thoughts known, and it was immediately rectified, and people came over and did what we needed to do to get it to the level that we wanted. And I personally can't recall a single guest complaint related to cleanliness. I mean, all of our ratings from guests have all uh, just really raved about how clean the property was. So I wouldn't have wanted to try to maintain the workforce necessary, and I understand the logistical challenges of weekly turnovers and the number of properties that are managed by a lot of companies, and how do you find the manpower to get all of this done in a day. So I know that there's, especially during the pandemic, been a lot of challenges in that regard. So I think under those circumstances, especially, it's been phenomenal. Well, in my opinion, again, that goes back to the partnership, because I think at least probably, in my opinion, more than half of that, probably 80% of that is the owner. I think you have to reinvest in your property and do the things that it's going to take to keep it up, replacing furniture, keeping it nice, repainting things. Um, but certainly the property management company has a role in that as well, because especially being several hundred miles away, if there's some issue that I'm unaware of, you guys are going to be the ones that make me aware of it. And that's happened on more than one occasion: broken coffee pots, broken doors, broken towel racks, minor things mostly, thank goodness. But those have all been, remedied very quickly when they've, in the communication, again, most importantly, it's partnership, communication. The communication's been excellent. Get a call from Dave. Hey, do you want me to take care of this? Yes, just take care of it. And it gets done. Well, it's a beautiful office space. I'm impressed by the laundry facilities. That was another thing I was actually looking for, were on-site laundry facilities from a property management company, because not everybody has that. Um, you know, um, so, but the facilities, from what I've seen and toured, and I've been around the office here a bit, are really, really nice. I honestly haven't visited too many offices, so it's hard to compare directly, but they're very nice facilities, and I can see why you guys do the job that you do. Well, because you don't have to rely on anybody else. If you have a third party, there's a third, person or party in the mix. It just leads to more potential problems. So having not to have to rely on someone else to get our laundry facility done and get our laundry back in a timely manner was important.